Hello guys, and welcome to another one of my Fortnite videos. I've been saying quite a few things about traps being crazy strong, and I haven't really been putting my traps where my mouth was. Yes, so I've been spending the last 2 days demolishing my Twine Peaks base. I have removed pretty much everything. So I have my naked amplifiers, I have my naked storm shield, and in this video series I wanted to go through defending the Twine Peaks storm shield defense using only traps. Yes, so we're gonna do it, and I'm going to be doing it one defense at a time, one amplifier, one storm shield, one wave at a time, just going through what it takes, how you can do it, why traps are strong, all the goodies in like different videos, so we get a little bit of data about the different waves from different angles, doing them in different ways. So it's gonna be a bit of a long one, and I have these dedicated videos. This here is the ideal path of the husks when they spawn towards storm shield, and that is going to be the first wave. I'm just going to show you guys how they move here. So like this is so you can base your defense on something. A very important thing about storm shield defenses, or like defending things in general in Fortnite, is that if you are close, if you are within range, if a defender is within range, you are going to affect the targeting. So you're going to have them, like it's gonna be easier if they can see you. That is what I mean. So the first thing that I want to do is to put down these floor spike traps on the path, just to show you guys how much damage we have just in these, and these are only power level 106. I haven't done any crazy perk upgrading kind of stuff on them. They're just like my default traps, and I'm gonna give you two different angles so you can see like the amount of damage the husks are taking. Note that the elements that we're going to be seeing in these waves is random. So right here we have nature, we might also get water, we might also get fire. It is a random thing, so you can't really prepare towards it, and the thing that you really don't want to see is fire, because most traps deal physical or nature element damage, and you kind of get a massive reduction of damage if you're playing against fire and you have nature element husks. So keep that in mind. If you're gonna see fire like what we have here, your traps are going to be dealing less damage if they are nature element. The ones that I have down there are physical. So I mean, we almost took out half the health of every single husk by just using the spiked floor traps. So, and that was their ideal path. No pushing, no anything. For the ceiling, we can go with the electric field, we can go with the gas traps, really depending on what you want. And even though we have nature element damage on the electric field, it is an area of effect trap, means that it hits in 9 tiles. So for this demonstration, I'm just going to be using that, also because it is crazy cheap to craft, and that is really one of the things I feel about traps. You get so much power for, like, it doesn't cost you anything at all to do it. So what I'm going to do now is just to keep the same path and just put these electric fields on top. We have the spiked floor traps, and see how's that going to be affecting the game. And because I'm standing here, keep this in mind guys, because I'm here, many of the husks are trying to find me, and that is going to make it easier. So if you want to make, like if you just want to make a trap test, use no defenders and make sure that you position yourselves on the other side of the storm shield or amplifier so they don't see you, because if they can't target you, you're going to affect how they move, how the AI works, and that is going to make it, they're going to be less focused on the storm shield defense. So we almost won just with those two traps, so let's try to put down these here as well, the dynamos on just one side of the path. So I have the spikes on the floor, I have the electric field in the ceiling, and I'm not putting anything on that side, I'm just putting these dynamos on one side, so we still have an entire area left where we can use a trap, and we're not doing any pushing, we haven't done any crazy upgrading. So we have 3 traps going in every field, and once again, as you can see, I'm standing here, so a lot of the husks are going towards me, trying to find a path to take me out, to destroy a wall that I put up there to try to encourage them to stay on their primary path. But it is super easy. We have 3 traps on every field, no pushing, no blockade. There we had one coming for me, and that was pretty much all we needed to do in order to actually win this amplifier. So they wanted to bash through there, so their ideal path was being changed quite a bit. So I'm just putting up, like nudging the area, still staying with what we had before, making sure that I get the traps that were I ran out of durability, up and running, just checking out what we have once again, and filling up the spaces where it was gone, putting up the dynamos and moving behind the storm shield. So we could win very easy while I was standing in the air because the husks were confused, they were targeting me. Now I've moved behind the storm shield instead with the exact same setup, so the same traps in the same positions, making sure all the durability was good enough to complete a wave. And what you can see is that just because I am no longer in the area, it is much harder. More husks are going directly for the storm shield, which means that, I managed to do it, but it was with the 1600 health left on the storm shield. So this is very important. If you want to make this as a pure can I do this with traps thing, stay out of the way. I'm making a roof down here, and I'm just making it so that it is only attached in very few places. It makes it easy for me to make the entire roof again. We have the durability on the trap, so after a wave, if I'm going to be doing all the storm shields, I want to be able to replace the traps pretty easy, and I can do that by just removing the entire roof. Then all of the walls here are going to fall down, and the entire ceiling. So when I have the spike dots, I have the electric ceiling field all over the bottom area, and I'm putting down the zappers at the top where all the hard husks are going to be coming, and then I'm going to be using these launchers as well. So like the real concept, we could do this with just 3 traps, but in order to make it a little more stable, a little more like correct, I have zappers in the roof at the end of the tunnel, and I have launchers in the corners pushing husks backwards. So I'm going to be demolishing the places that I actually have dynamos on, and I'm going to put up a wall here. So if something tough gets to the end, there's going to be blasters, husky husks. We don't have smashers in this wave, but if we had, whenever they come up here, if they are tough enough to make it to here, we want to push them backwards, or we want to give them high damage with the zappers instead of having these weak electric fields. So that is like the change that I'm making. We made this massive kill area with the huge roof and the dots at the spawn. That in itself is going to be close enough to win the entire wave for us. But like for the sake of demonstration, we're going a bit all in just because I wanted to show how crazy these traps are. And when I say traps are crazy and strong and easy, it doesn't mean that you can't take damage if you're going with the naked storm shield. I do that, but consider that you can win the endgame storm shields alone, solo, with traps. Is it easy? Well, you're doing the job of an army. I think it's super easy. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to like take away any of the shine for completing this, because you do need to put in a lot of effort, but you can actually do that. Consider that you can take out thousands of husks alone in the end game just by using traps, not firing a shot, no defenders, no constructor, no electric floors, no field of base. I'm using these retractable floor spikes at the end of the tunnel as well. That is because if husks get here and they don't get pushed away and they don't get zapped, I want these to work instead. So it's just like super security. I have 4 of these pushers, I have 3 retractable floor spikes, I have 4 zappers, the rest is dynamos, it is spiked traps on the floor, and then of course we have the ceiling electric fields all over there. We have the super kill area, and this here is like the way I will be doing it moving forward, because I'm going to be doing this for every defense option. So I need to make sure that this defense is correct. Then I can look into the next defense, test it out, show the path, demonstrate different traps, and like end the storm shield, do everything again. So I'm probably gonna be going through this 100 times. So I just wanted to make sure that I didn't need to showcase how the first wave is being done each time. It can be done with just 3 traps on each area. Even standing here, I actually affected it a little bit, so I need to move further away in the future. But as you can see here, defending the storm shield, using just traps, and yeah, I did fire a few shots, but I can move further away the next time. I completed it 3 times now, just with traps. This time here, it was completely overkill with traps. It did take a little damage. It is completely naked, so just by putting up a wall somewhere, we would delay it even more. But that was pretty much what I had to share in this video, guys. After this, we get a random option of defending amplifier C or defending amplifier B. The wave is defeat 400 enemies, so it is a kill and not a timed mission that we have the next time around, making it very, very different in how we want to look into it. We also have smashers, so we can get smashers that are shielded, making it a very different type of wave to defend to. But I'm going to be looking into the amplifier C and amplifier B in single respective videos. That was what I had to share in this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. As always, thank you very much for watching.